Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, I had made this lion and I had posted on over at my Instagram in my stories a poll if one, you could tell this was a lion, and two, if anyone was interested in recreating um, this lion the way I made it. And I got a couple responses that some were interested in how I made this lion. So I decided to go ahead and show you guys. So I did a drawing, and then I did it on my editing software on my computer and did a printable, and that will be available over at my blog or website. So I will link my um, website on the description area, and you can click over to get the printable. You don't have to sign up or be subscribed to my website. However, I would appreciate if you would. I plan on doing a couple more printables as time passes by. I already have another one as we speak in the works, and then another one in the drafting stage. So, anyways, back to this. So this was a test, so I didn't want to chance it not coming out the way I thought. So I did this on the very first page right here, and I was able to look at my printable and everything. So here is the printable, and it's available in 3 ways. So you have it facing where you can put it to the right side of your Bible page. The other one is facing the opposite side. So if you wanted it to be on this side of your Bible page, it will be flipped, and then there's a full one. So basically, I only drew one side, and then I said, well, what if I kind of copy paste and flip one side and put them together and see if I can get a whole lion, and it worked. Some of the shapes overlap, but you can make it one shape once you're painting, so you won't see that line. But all those options are available at my blog. So again, if you're using the illustrating Bible with these large margins, it's very easy to see the shapes, and I did this with acrylic paints. So I'm thinking of doing the same lion but with watercolors, and just to see the difference. And I will be using my old Bible, which I don't know why I'm saying old, because I'm going to still be using it, but I am figuring out that I'm using more in the illustrating Bible just because of the convenience of how big I can do stuff in it. So these pages are more on the yellowy tone, and there's not a whole bunch of space that you can actually use, but I did try it. Now I may have to use the opposite one that's facing the opposite side, the left side, so that way it can fit, and it will overlap the word here, but because I'm using watercolors, I should be able to read through it. So I will see how that goes. So I'm going to put you guys on fast forward, and I'll show you the process.
Okay, so to start off, I am going to be using my Kuretake Gansai watercolors, and I've had these forever, and I want to start using them a little bit more. So I'm choosing a couple colors, mainly brown tones. So I am using like a golden, I guess like yellow ochre color. I'm using a burnt orangey brown, and then a dark brown, and then a copper shimmery color, and the gold shimmer watercolor that comes in this set of watercolors. So I'm not doing anything fancy. Basically, all I did was I grabbed the printable and some washi tape. I made sure that I took the majority of the sticky off so that it wouldn't peel off the Bible page. And all I'm doing is I have this, I think it's between a 6 or an 8 size square paintbrush, and these come in a pack at Michael's. They come in maybe like 8 to 12, I believe. So you get a lot. So I've had these forever, and I just grabbed one that was square and small that I could get into these shapes and outline them and watercolor them. So basically, I'm starting off with that yellow ochre color and just going basically by the lines of the shape of the printable. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to focus the light colors towards the inner of the face, and then wherever they would be shadows, I am using a darker color. So everything else is pretty much, I'm just alternating different colors outside of where his mane is, but everything else I am really trying to focus, like shadowing like the sides of the face and like the bridge of, well, the sides of the nose and the actual nose, just areas where normally that's where you would have a shadow, contouring, so to speak. And so the trick to doing this with watercolor is to not use a whole lot of water. So when you pick up the paint, you will dip your brush into the water just to activate the pigmentation on the watercolor. And then basically you can take off the excess water of your brush so that way you don't get globs everywhere. And mostly you're just trying to pick up the color. So very little water is needed, and that way you get these nice shapes and you don't get blobs all over. So like I said, I'm not doing anything as far as technique goes. I am just alternating colors and just following the printable. It's really easy. Basically, while you're watching me fill in the shapes on here, I am going to kind of just talk about where the entry is. So I am doing this, what I call like a majestic, just, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for here, just like a very glowy type of lion, because I am doing this on Revelation chapter 5, verses 5, where it says, "Then one of the elders said to me, 'Do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scrolls and its 7 seals.'" And I just really wanted this lion to be majestic and, to represent our God and how He is the Lion of Judah and the Root of David, and just a characteristic of this really grand lion. I don't know if that's making any sense, but if you can think of the word, that's what I wanted to achieve with this lion. So the reason I went with these colors is because I had already tried like the rainbow or colorful lion, and I did like it, but I just felt maybe it, I don't know, I just want to try something different, and maybe give you a different visual of how to use this printable. And you can use it with acrylics, and you can use it with different colors with acrylics, or you can use it just neutral, earthy tones and more on the realistic side of colors for this lion, and you can do it with watercolors. So I just wanted to give you 2 options, that you can do it both with watercolors and with acrylics, and you can do it a colorful lion, you can do it a monochrome lion, you can do a more realistic color line like I'm doing right now. So either way, you know, just have fun with it. And I really did have a lot of fun doing this, just picking different colors, and it was just fun. I don't know. It was like coloring on a coloring page, but not really. I don't know. It was just fun. I really enjoyed just coloring the pages and just, I don't know, keep going and knowing that the end result was going to look so good. So, I don't know. It was just fun. And if I had fun, I know you will too. So, going back to the lion here, so I had those colors picked out and I wanted to use a couple more variations within those colors. So, all I did is I used the white watercolor that comes in the Gansai Kiritaki set, and I added that to the yellow ochre to make this lighter, almost like a beigey, fleshy tone color. And then I did the same for the burnt red orange and for the dark brown. That way I get a lighter brown and then a lighter shade of orange and then a lighter shade of yellow, just to give the lion a little bit more of a color variety. And here it was really hard to kind of see because I had the bright lights on and I was trying not to get my head into the camera. So I was trying to flip the page up to see the lines. So that is something that probably won't be an issue for you because you won't have to worry about lighting or having your head in the video. So everything is pretty much done up to this point. I just went ahead and grabbed another of the printable print and just to kind of give myself a guide to the areas that, like I said, I was having a hard time trying to make out the shapes because of the lighting and not wanting my head to be right above the Bible as to avoid my head being in the camera. So you can definitely do that as well, just to give you a guide if you're unsure. So basically, going back to the lion, all I am doing is tracing out the lines of where the white color of his highlight in his eye is going to be, and then the lining of where this orange line is going to be meeting the black. Um, it doesn't make sense as I'm saying it, but as you're watching the video, it makes sense. So I just did the watercolor line with that burnt orange color, and then the next bubble is going to be the black, and I decided to do this with the marker versus watercolor. I just think it was easier. And now I'm just going in with my Uniball Signal white pen and emphasizing the highlight in the eye. And that's pretty much it for this video. Don't forget to head over to my website if you're interested in recreating this geometric lion. It is a free printable. I will leave the link down to my website down below. And I hope you give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.